Yeah, there you go.
All right, take it away.
So, hi, my name is Lori Convey. Just to give you a little about ourselves, I'm a sophomore, my major is computer science, and I'll be the future president of this organization.
Hi, I'm Devon T Mundus. I'm also a sophomore. I'm majoring in public relations, and I'll be the future vice president of Arts for the Ages. So that's a little bit about us. Now we're going to get into the org.
Yeah, so our obvious name is Arts for the Ages. We like to charter as a Class A organization. This is because we do qualify to receive funding, and we're going to be hosting more than 6 events per semester. And this is our initial charter.
So there's 4 main purposes to our organization, which is connect the generations, lend knowledge, support the arts, and improve health, which we'll get into more.
Okay, so connect the generations. So the main purpose of our organization is that we connect Montclair students with senior citizens in the Montclair area. So through this, we hope to forge meaningful relationships between the two demographics, foster a sense of purpose and well-being for both of them, and also to stimulate intellectual conversations. And then also senior mentorship.
Yeah, the senior mentorship, like personally, like I don't have like grandparents like in my life, and so this kind of like serves like as an outlet for students to have like a role model of someone that's from an older generation if they don't have it in their initial family.
Okay, so our next purpose
Is blend the knowledge, where students can like take what they're learning from their classes and apply it into like real world like situations, so they can like teach senior citizens about like stuff that we're learning in our class, and then it's like a bi-directional learning environment, so then senior citizens in return give back like valuable life lessons.
and so support the arts. So we are called Arts for the Ages because each of our events are based around an event-based or artistic-based event. So whether that be painting or listening to music or photography or book discussion. So we do value the arts here. And we also aim to collaborate with MSU's diverse art programs. So say we have co-sponsorships, we can partner with the Art Society or those in the music programs and stuff like that.
The next one is improve health. So there's a lot of like mental and physical health restrictions that both senior citizens and students both deal with, and then we want to like help combat those problems through art therapy and music therapy. And then what makes our organization unique? We searched like different orgs that were kind of like cross like similar lines with ours. So MSU Art Society and Media Arts Mashup, they're both art-based, but they're more major inclusive. So one, MSU Art Society focuses on like illustration and design, which is very major inclusive. We're major inclusive, they're major exclusive, whatever. Media Arts Mashup is like communication, like media arts majors. And then Circle K is like volunteer-based. We're also volunteer-based, but like we work with like the same orgs like every single like 2 weeks. So like we're gonna be like meeting up with the same people and building those relationships with the same people. It's not like we like see people once and then never see them again.
So these are just some events that we have planned. So they range, as you can see, they range from different disciplines and majors and interests. So like there's arts and crafts, performance arts, book club, music, photography, art appreciation. So we might even go to like parks, take them to like the Van Wet Gardens, tech talks, and media. So here's just like a budget breakdown of different events. We actually had our first event this past Friday, October 18th, at the Montclair Inn. It was really great. So the cost of that event was about $100 due to like food and then the supplies and like whiteboards and stuff. And then at the Montclair Inn, there's 22 residents. So for expected attendance, we expect a lot of them were there. So we expect all of them to be there most of the time. And we have about 20 members. So we expect half of us to be at every event because we do go every other Friday. So then for budget breakdown, it does range around $100, $200 for different events like art supplies, if they're keeping the things we're using, so like if we paint pottery or stuff like that.
And then benefits to our community, so it's all major inclusive, so anyone from any major can join. It's not just like focused on one like area, like it's open to anyone. Intergenerational interaction, so like I said before, like if you don't have like elders like in your life, you can like communicate with people from a different generation. And then harness your skills, so basically we want to emphasize that like you're learning so much like in the classroom, and the more that you apply it outside of like the classroom, the more like you'll learn it and the better you'll become at it.
So for members, we currently have 6 e-board members. Our advisor is Professor Danelle Downham. She's a great English professor here. We have 15 general body members and growing since our first event, which is fun.
And then why charter Arts for the Ages? So basically we're already like a club at this point. Like we already have elected people or members. We already have a day, time, and place for our meetings that we meet regularly, Wednesdays 6 to 7. Developed a way of communicating with our members, so we already have a group meet set up and like how to communicate with everyone. We have social media set up on Instagram, and so yeah, we're just like ready to become official.
And so here's some photos from our first event. As I said, we were at the Montclair Inn. It was really great. We played like guess that tune, so we like played a song. We had like whiteboards, and the seniors and us would guess what song it is from the different decades. We brought desserts, as you can see on the photo on the right, and we also served them dinner. They were a really great bunch. They were really cute. They seemed to like us, which is nice. Oh, and then my dad actually came and he played the piano for all of us, which was really sweet. And then here's just some more photos. And then here's a response we got from the Montclair Inn. It was really, that felt really good because she said like a lot of them were happy and talking about it at lunch like the day after. So that was really great. So we're excited to go back, and we're going to be going back on November 1st. So thank you. Any questions?
All right, questions for the organization. Andrew.
I was going to ask, what are both your backgrounds in arts, and what inspired you to kind of do this?
So throughout my life, from like 3rd grade to like senior year in high school, I was in orchestra. I played the violin, and then like one day I was just in my dorm, I was just thinking like, there should be an organization that partners with like nursing homes, and I was going to do it at my high school because I thought of this idea last year. I'm a sophomore though, and I was like, might as well do it at Montclair, get the resources, really get the community together. So as far as music, we just love the arts.
I don't play music, but like I appreciate it, and like I love like reading and stuff like that, and like writing, which we want to do like a book club like type thing, and that's like more like up my alley.
Museums, art museums.
Yeah.
Is the Montclair Inn like your usual spot, or do you have a usual place where everybody meets up?
Yeah, so that's the nursing home that we're partnered with right now. We reached out, we're going to continue to reach out to different ones just so we get a lot of different places in Montclair, but that is our like resident place that we go on a regular basis. Yeah, and they're like 13 minutes away from campus. Like if you ever go to downtown, like Judicial Ave, they're like right off that. So we've connected to them first, so that's like kind of where we're getting our energy right now, but we're going to also expand.
Any other questions for the organization? All right, committee report.
They received 401 positive recommendation.
Questions for the committee? Debate and discussion on this bill. Andrew.
This is definitely something I've never thought about. I really like it because I don't think we realize like people get older past a certain age and they don't have anyone else to talk to like besides like people I guess like in a nursing home. But they grow up and they're used to having so many people around them for a reason. Like now like they're probably sad because it's not the same. I think it's really good to have people go in there and kind of like brighten their days and different like, than their usual routine. And it could also be like informative for both parts. Like we can learn so much from these people who have so much knowledge throughout their lives, and they can also learn something from us that they might have known. I think having arts as an outlet to connect those two groups is really interesting. I really like the idea.
Patrick.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one. I used to visit nursing homes, and I know nursing homes are really depressing. They really suck. So I think having younger kids going there, they really appreciate it, and they just love talking, and they have no one to talk to. So I think this is very nice.
Carla?
I think I can speak for the whole committee that we were like blown away by your presentation. I know Devon and Lauren both from work, and they are definitely, they display the leadership qualities that we expect from all organization presidents and vice presidents, you know, to keep up with their accreditation and with their members and stuff. So I definitely think the organization is in good hands, and I really think it serves a purpose and something that's really new onto campus. So I thank you guys, and your presentation was lovely.
Thanks, Carla.
Jonathan?
I've actually had a neighbor who was an elderly man, and I used to hang out with him, and I really took him on as a mentor figure, I guess. So I do believe that something like this would because I greatly benefited from that relationship. I think other students could benefit, not just the experience, but also the experience of the elderly, what they can teach us. I feel like we think we know it all, we don't. They have this experience a lot more than us, and not just for their benefit, for our benefit to learn from them.
Savannah?
Oh yeah, and if there's any legislators like worried about like transportation or anything, we did talk to them about that. We explained to them like what's covered, what's not, like what you can use your budget for. So don't like worry about that. They like know. And then also like that they need to have like a presence on campus as well as like they want to do the off-campus things. So they're definitely very informed, and I really think that they're going to do great things on this campus.
Paula?
I really think that today in our society, we're very, we put like a wall between younger and elderly people because we think, like Jonathan was saying, we know it all. So the fact that we're able to go there and make their day and then make our day as well is a fantastic idea. And I think that is going to do amazing. So thank you.
Anything else in debate and discussion? All right, seeing none, we will now hold a vote. We need a 2/3 majority vote in order for this bill to pass. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? Bill passes. Congratulations. Well done. All right, we're going to go ahead and consider one other bill of unfinished business. So we're going to go ahead and consider Bill F2019-16, SLAM budget line transfer.
Bill 2019-16 be enacted by the legislature of the Student Government Association of Montclair State University Incorporated that whereas student life at Montclair, also known as SLAM, the SGA program board has obligations to rebrand SLAM as a whole, which requires a new line and line transfer from an existing SLAM line named Felicity. And whereas SLAM would like to remove the Felicity budget, faculty budget line of $5,000, split it up in half and put $2,500 into the already existing budget line and create a general body line to put the other $2,500 in. And be it resolved that SLAM would like to split the $5,000 Felicity budget line in half and use $2,500 to create a new budget line that would be used for the general body meetings and cater to their members while using the other $2,500 and add it to the banquet budget line to have more money to make their annual end of the year banquet bigger and for better for the campus community.
I'll report.
Hi everybody. I've been working with SLAM for the past few months, and they definitely in their budget line there's a line that hasn't been touched in the last few years, and they really wanted to hype their general body meetings up this semester and provide things for the general body for them to come back and stay involved within SLAM, and also create a line that will help their end of the year budget so that more students can get involved with SLAM and actually receive recognition for reaching out to SLAM.
Questions for the author? I guess organizational report, do you want to add anything?
Okay, hi everybody, my name is Manola Paula. I'm the Financial Director of Programming for Student Life at Montclair. Just to go over what was said, basically we have a current budget line under facilities for $5,000. We were hoping to split it off into two separate categories. So we currently have a banquet line that holds $1,000 right now, and we're hoping to add $2,500 to that banquet line to basically like emphasize our work that we did throughout the year and really recognize specific general body members that really helped us out that year, and just a big like festivity to acknowledge and award those who helped us out. And the other line, it's going to be a brand new line that we don't have, so $2,500 to general body member meetings. What that money will be used for is basically, for example, we were thinking about having like a street team, like a publicizing type thing, and basically just like merch or food and different types of activities that could help us make our meetings more engaging and could bring out more general body members to our meetings.
Questions for the organization? Patrick?
By removing the facilities budget and splitting, does anything suffer because of it?
No, it only gets better.
Any other questions for the organization? Okay, committee report?
They received a 601
Oh,
positive.
I'm sorry. Julie?
Do you have plans, if you use for like Memorial Auditorium or the conference center, do you have a line for paying for that?
Yeah, so depending on what specific chair that is assigned to, they have their own budget, and in their budget, there's different breakdowns for specific things. Like for example, like on campus has a specific line to use Memorial.
Perfect. Just want to make sure.
Anything else? Okay. Committee report?
They got a 601 positive recommendation.
Questions for the committee? Debate and discussion on this bill? Savannah?
Is there supposed to be periods in between the third slide?
It doesn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah, it's an acronym, it's fine.
Okay.
That could be.
You want,
You want to make it?
well,
Well, someone has to motion to go back in office report. Come on.
Motion to go back in office report?
Is there a second?
Second.
Now back in office report. Kevin?
motion to make a formal amendment? Friendly amendment, sorry.
Second.
Oh, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, amendment is adopted. All right, back into debate and discussion on this bill. All right, seeing none, we will now hold a vote. For this bill to pass, we need a 2/3 majority vote. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? Bill passes. All right. Now we will go ahead. All right, so there's one more bill that we're going to go ahead and consider unfinished business. So, be it that both parties are here, we will now consider Bill F 2019-23, Student Advocate for on appointment.
Bill 219-23 be enacted by the legislature of the Student Government Association of Montclair State University Incorporated that, whereas Carla Farvan has expressed interest in serving students of Montclair State University, and whereas I have met with Carla on several occasions and discussed her plans and goals for the position of student advocate, and whereas I found Carla to be prepared and fully qualified for this position. Be it resolved that Carla Farvan is appointed to the position of SGA student advocate for the 2019-2020 school year.
Office report.
Hi, everybody. So Carla has reached out to me about the student advocate position. Once we put out a flyer about the cabinet position. So she didn't want to apply to be a cabinet, she wanted to apply to be a student advocate. So over the summer, we definitely was in conversation about the position, but we couldn't really meet until the school year started. And then we did meet. She had really high hopes for this position and really wants to help organizations out when there is any type of infractions or anything like that. She'll be serving as their typical lawyer and just to try, to try to vouch for the students and things like that. So, yeah.
Questions for the author? Candidate support. Carla?
Alrighty, hi guys. I know that my bill went through GNA and I wasn't able to make it. I sent out a little quick thing so I could explain myself as to why I wasn't available. One of the things that I really want to do is kind of serve as a liaison almost between, the SGA, the justices with students, because the position before last year, it really wasn't occupied and it was vacant. And then last year we had someone take up the position. And this year I just want to make sure that that keeps going, even if we don't things don't necessarily pop up as they usually did before when the position was made. I still want to serve as some capacity to the students. If anyone has any questions, if somebody wants to know something about statutes, if something's okay, just serve for students, and be there for them. So yeah. One more thing. Sorry, I've been in the SGA. This is my second year in the SGA. I was secretary of the GNA committee, and we did last year. We did suggest revisions for the Constitution and statutes. So I participated in that. So I'm well aware of the statutes and constitutions, and yeah. So.
Questions for the candidate? Okay. Committee report?
In committee, as she mentioned, she couldn't be there. Because of that, we determined it would be a 004 unofficial abstaining vote. But that's because we didn't know any information regarding her. Afterwards, we did find out that she gave us some information about herself. After that, should be taken into consideration. And I personally do think she as well.
Questions for the committee? Okay. Debate and discussion on this bill? Seeing none? Oh, Kelly.
I think you'll do a great job.
Yeah. Anything else in debate and discussion? Seeing none, we will now hold a vote. In order for this bill to pass, we need a 2/3 majority vote. All those in favor? All those opposed? All those abstaining? Bill passes. Congratulations. All right. All right, so that's that and unfinished business, y'all. Good job. So, yeah, so before we move forward, we'll go ahead and place the bills and new business into their respective committees. As you can see, it's a quite big variety of organizations, so they'll be put through into organizational review committee, so they go through the proper channels. So bills F2019-24 through 32 be placed into the organizational review committee, and that's that. So great, perfect. All right, we will now go ahead and move into open forum. We did have a guest actually to speak on behalf of a project, I believe, if you're all set to give your...
Well, I just need to interview you at the end. I just did a recording of the bill, so.
Oh, like an actual report you wanted to do?
Yeah, I just need to do a quick interview with you. Other than that,
okay.
If anybody else wants to be interviewed at the end, but.
Okay. Could you give like more details on what it pertains to?
It's a radio production class, so we're doing a piece on a club on campus and how you can get involved and what the club's about and just the basic introduction.
Fair enough. All right, sounds good. Stay tuned after the meeting. All right, anything open forum? Kelly.
Yeah, okay, so thank you so much for your participation in asking active questions and being really engaged during this presentation today. Moving forward, I just want to let y'all know, like today it wasn't super relevant because the group that was asking for a Class 3 budget clearly deserved a Class 3 budget, but moving forward, orgs may be moving up a class or trying to charter up a class and vastly increase their budget, or maybe trying to initially charter as a Class 3 instead of a Class 4, and that's something that as legislators we have to be really aware of and just make sure that we're conscious and think that the organization is going to utilize those funds and that they're going to increase their membership by moving up a class. So today it wasn't super essential for the presentations to ask because they made it clear during their presentation, but in the future just keep that in mind and ask questions regarding that as we move forward.
Noted. All right.
Can I piggyback on the
Julie.
presentations piece? For those of you that don't know me, I'm Julie Fleming, Associate Director of CSI. I'm filling in for Marielle this week while she's away. Hey, I've been here a long time, and I am a little bit concerned about the response to the first chartering presentation. I had concerns about how that was presented. There were some questions that were not clearly answered. You should be able to tell me who the other people on your e-board are. And so I'm a little bit concerned with, that was so great. Was it? I want you to be a little more critical in thinking about how folks are answering the questions. Nerves aside, nerves is one thing, but to put on the screen that there's 17 active members, then to get asked there's 5, they leave and it was a little what's happening here? So just think critically about the questions and how they're responded to, because the second presentation was legitimately great. That was really, really well done. Banged it out of the park. So just be critical in the questions that you're asking and thoughtful in the way that you're responding to folks.
Andrew?
I feel like I say this every week.
Do it again.
Lasso Prom, November 9th. It's going to be downstairs on Laurel A and B. The link dropped today. If you want to get your tickets, it's $4 for MSU students, $6 for non-MSU students in case you want to bring someone else who's not on campus.
If you want to find the link, it's on their Instagram page, which is Lasso1970. So.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Marcus.
So the Japan Club's gonna have their haunted temple this Friday at 6 p.m. up here and very back of the building. So you guys can come. We're gonna have fun.
Thanks. Savannah.
I have a question. So when we read the bills, do we have to read those submitted by all of that stuff?
Yeah, so that can be done moving forward. Just for the time being, it wasn't really made clear.
Okay.
But moving forward, yeah, typically it's the entirety of the bill that's going to be read. Jarrell.
Hi, everybody. So Sharice wanted to make an announcement, but she's not here at the moment. So I'm going to say it for her. Are you guys all aware of the Red Hawk Life on Instagram? They are looking to feature more students, and they're starting a new thing called Good Morning Montclair State, and they're looking for volunteers to participate. If you guys are interested, please come up to me at the end of the meeting so I can get your name and email.
What was the name of it?
Red Hawk Life on Instagram.
Amy?
Tonight, UASA and Mufasa are having a open mic night. There's going to be free bubble tea. It's going to be in the Rat Scaler. It starts at 7 to 10, I believe. You guys should pop out. It's
All right. Anything else in open forum? Devon.
Next week on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. in the Red Hawk Nest, Bug will be hosting Zombie Game Night with a costume contest. It is a very fun event to see all the people that work hard to make their costumes. So if you guys can swing by, it would be appreciated.
All right. Jarrell.
It slipped my mind too. If you guys are interested and haven't have been able to do anything for a breast cancer walk, be able to walk for anyone. This Sunday there's a breast cancer walk going on in the quad from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. So if you guys are around, please feel free to come out to the quad.
Noted. Anything else in open forum? All right, before we close on off, we do have a little tradition we go on with open forum at these SGA meetings. So every week we nominate a legislator of the week. So Savannah, being the nominee for last week, go ahead and shoot your candidate for this week.
Yeah.
Don't shoot your candidate.
Oh, what? No.
Don't shoot the
Oh.
No, I mean, not literally. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna switch this up. So this person, I don't really know them, but I've been noticing a lot that they're just really involved and trying to get their presentation out there. So this is for Andrew.
Oh, all right.
Seem like you really care. So.
All right. So stay tuned after the meeting. You'll get put on our Instagram page, Boomerang. So congrats. All right. So anything else?
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
Oh yeah, do you want to say it?
Sure.
Okay.
My cousin Grace Company is having a Halloween bash on Tuesday from 7 to
7:30 to 9:30.
And the students from following.
Yeah, Halloween parties, there'll be food, and music, so.
Yeah, come on out, y'all.
Can you just repeat the name of who's having that?
Wait, yes. Yeah, Montclair State Dance Company.
Anything else in open forum? Giovanni?
Oh, I'm not really sure about the times, but Rocky Horror is performing this weekend, so you're in it?
No, I'm not in it this year. I was in it last year. So it starts this Thursday. There are 2 shows, 8 p.m. and midnight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You guys should go out. It is a cult classic. You will be missing out if you don't.
Personally, I've never been, but I'm so excited for it. Yeah, I've heard great things about it. Anything else in open forum before we go ahead and adjourn? Just want to say thank you all for being very attentive during Dr. Cole's presentation today. It really means a lot that y'all are asking questions and just giving it your all. So really appreciate sitting through it. And just bear in mind that these meetings, they tend to be pretty lengthy moving forward into the course of the semester. So just please keep that in mind that moving forward, just sit through it. If you have to leave, please let me know. If y'all have class or work for any reason, any excuse, please let me know. And then y'all should be submitting your schedules via HawkSync, so I'll put it in again in the GroupMe for y'all to hit the link, fill out the form. It asks for some pretty general questions like your shirt size, just keep that in mind, and your schedule, of course. So please, do that. Yeah, anything else in open forum? Seeing none, meeting adjourned at 4:50 p.m.
Yeah.